Hi, T. Carlson here. No one's a bigger hard rock and heavy metal fan than I am, and when it comes to the world of hard rock and heavy metal, few names are as big as Ozzy Osbourne. In 2012, Eagle Rock Entertainment reissued one of Ozzy's most famous concerts to the DVD format at long last. I'm referring to Speak of the Devil from 1982, which was filmed at the Irvine Meadows Amphitheater. I'm going to unbox this release and I will share my opinions. Here's the front cover. I actually got bassist Rudy Sarzo to autograph this a few years ago, so if you're wondering what that squiggly line is there, that's Rudy Sarzo's autograph. Here's the spine. Back cover. If you fold that open, it's sort of a panoramic artwork, and that looks very nice. And they actually did include a booklet in here, which is pretty cool. A lot of music video releases don't include stuff like that. And then inside there's some pretty cool photos from the concert, and even a nice lengthy essay from Rudy Sarzo. Here you got all your credits and so forth. Inside the case, of course, we have the DVD disc of the concert, pretty much the same artwork as the package. And underneath there you have just a panoramic shot of Ozzy taken from the concert. That's a little hard to see on here because of all the glare. I'll read the description of the concert as follows from the back of the sleeve. Fully authorized release of this historic concert. Ozzy Osbourne's Speak of the Devil was filmed at Irvine Meadows, California on June 12, 1982. Following the tragic death of guitarist Randy Rhoads, the Diary of a Madman tour continued with Brad Gillis on guitar. The concert was a perfect snapshot of Ozzy's live performances in the 80s with dramatic staging and masses of energy, with a set list based around his first two solo albums, along with Black Sabbath classics. In addition to Gillis, Ozzy is joined on stage by Rudy Sarzo, Don Airey, and Tommy Aldridge. 1982 was a rough year for Ozzy Osbourne. He put out two great solo albums, but unfortunately, his guitarist, Randy Rhoads, was killed in a plane crash at the age of 25, leaving Osbourne without a guitar player and plenty of tour dates. He did recruit guitarist Bernie Torme, who did like 3 shows, but very quickly left the group. Brad Gillis, best known for being the guitar player in Night Ranger, filled in and played with Ozzy for a little under a year. Gillis, of course, never appeared on any studio records with Ozzy. But it is good to see that this was like a full-on production concert. Originally, this was a TV special that aired on MTV, but you have a nice big castle set. You got the members of the band rocking out full force. And there's even an extra man on stage, too, a dwarf who's portrayed by John Allen, who's part of a mock hanging. Allen had previously appeared in the film Blade Runner playing the character of Kaiser. And it's just good to see that even though this was a tough time for Ozzy, he was still rocking hard and still making pretty good music. Again, this lineup of the group never actually made an album. Rudy Sarzo also never appeared on a studio album. I think Tommy Aldridge played on Bark at the Moon, which would have been the next studio record. And you get a pretty nice set list here. It's mostly Ozzy classics from his first 2 solo albums, but they do cap it off with a few Black Sabbath classics, which end the evening in pretty fine form. And Brad Gillis, of course, had a gargantuan task ahead of him and some pretty big shoes to fill, but he actually does a pretty good job, and he puts his own spin on these tunes as well. He even gets a great solo on there where he gets to show off his guitar skills. One of my personal favorite parts of this show is the drum solo featuring Tommy Aldridge, and at one point, he even starts playing the drums with his bare hands with no drumsticks, which was sort of one of his hallmarks back in the day. Sarzo and Aldridge was also played together on the Mars Project Driver album, and they'd also play together in Whitesnake in the years that would follow. If you are a fan of Ozzy Osbourne, this is certainly a must-have disc. I think this might actually be out of print now, but if you're an Ozzy fan, you might want to track down a copy. Also, to clarify something, there are actually 2 releases in Ozzy's catalog that are called Speak of the Devil, both of which feature the same lineup. One is the video release, which is an Ozzy show that mostly has Ozzy solo songs and a few Black Sabbath songs, but there's a live album called Speak of the Devil, and that's nothing but Black Sabbath covers. Again, both releases are very good, and they're certainly worth having. Max Norman produced both of these. He produced the first 2 Ozzy live albums and the first 3 Ozzy solo albums. And he went on to work with a lot of other artists as well, including Y&T, Dirty Looks, Lynch Mob. The list goes on. He certainly has one of the best discographies when it comes to classic hard rock production. This again was shot on videotape for a TV airing, so the picture quality is not the best. It's just shot on videotape, standard definition. Not the best looking thing you're ever going to see, but probably about as good as we can expect a concert like this to look. Sadly, there are no bonus features, although like I showed earlier, we do get that booklet, and that's pretty nice. I was happy just to get this concert on DVD, and it's certainly a must-own if you are a fan of Ozzy Osbourne and you want to explore this oft-forgotten, rarely depicted era of his solo career. Are you a fan of Ozzy Osbourne? What do you think of the Speak of the Devil live video? Do you think the video's better, or do you think the concert with all Black Sabbath songs is better? Comment down below and let me know what you think. Also, remember to subscribe to this channel for more content, because I'm always posting new videos, and make sure you give this one a like if you found it helpful. I'm Taylor T. Carlson. I'll see you next time.